our post-game press conference. Congratulations to the De La Salle Green Archers for beating the UP Fighting Maroons 77-66. The Green Archers clinched the number 1 ranking in the Final Four with an 11-1 record. We have Coach Topex Robinson, Kevin Cambao, and Mike Williams. Coach Topex, congratulations for this victory. What can you say about your team's performance against UP in this return match? What can you say?
Well, again, it's about everybody. It's about team. Guys was just ready to really compete against. Again, what we always say, they're one of the best teams in college. So we just tried our best to really be up par and try to really compete against them. And credit goes to these guys for really competing and not giving up on that second half.
Thank you. To Kevin Cambao, you have 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. So you bounced back from your performance last time around. So ano yung ginawa mo para at least makabawi ka dun sa performance mo against FEU?
Unang-una, nagligan labas ako. Hindi, joke lang. Coming into this game, yung different mindset pero same approach pa rin. Like na hindi ako pwede magmukmok dun sa kung ano yung performance ko last game. And then nandyan yung teammates ko, nandyan yung management, yung coaching staff na lagi ako sinasabihan na tuloy mo lang, ikaw isa ka sa leaders dito. So yung mga kind words sila talagang nabubuhayan ako. And then coming to this game, wala lang, go with the flow lang ako. Hindi ko na iniisip ko ano yung magiging performance ko basta manalo kami this game.
Salamat. To Mike, you had 14 points, 10 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 assist, and plus 13 off the bench. So, what can you say about your performance today? And how important to be as the number 1 team in the elimination round? So, what can you say?
I think one of my best moments from the game was right before it started when we had the captain's meeting before. I was with Jerry Abajano, and one of my friends, he's in my Christian group at TAF, his name is Hans, and he told me that the UP players have their own Bible studies, and they're really, courageous in their faith. And so that was one thing that, of course, we always compete, us and UP, that's a good rivalry. But I talked to him, and we just said, hey, let's just really try to glorify God as best as we can. Let's still compete. But at the end of the day, we're doing this for the one who woke us up today. And then I was talking to Udodo and Sila Torres and Lopez, and they really, that's something, in Stevens as well. And so it just made this rivalry that much sweeter for me, knowing that we can really go so hard at each other, but we're still playing for one purpose. And so I know it's going to be a really tough, next couple games, but that was something that really gave me a lot of uplifting this game.
Salamat, Mike. Okay, the floor is open for questions.
Coach, second quarter 20-29. Coach, ayun second quarter, very high scoring, 28-29. Tapos pag labas ng halftime, medyo napabagal nyo yung laro. 17-8 yung ano. So could you just talk us through yung adjustments na ginawa nyo ng halftime? Ano yung napag-usapan nyo against UP?
Well, we just reminded everybody this. We have to treat this game as a championship. We know that UP will really come out with guns blazing, and we just try to match their energy and try to kind of be more composed on both ends and try to really execute our offense. So we just try to make certain adjustments, and then sabi nga namin, let's try to get something out of this game. Even though everybody's saying that this is a no-bearing game, it doesn't really account to that. When you're playing against UP, it's always going to be important. So just the mindset that we have, we just reminded these guys that we don't want to come in the games that they're going to have a psychological advantage against us. So we just try to level the energy and then the mindset of approaching the second half.
This is for KQ and for Mike. We noticed that the support cast of most of the UP squad had single digits. So siguro, how were you able to neutralize some of the players, including the likes of Francis Lopez?
For our part naman, ginagawa lang namin ko na yung utos ng ng coaches kung ano yung game plan namin. Sumunod, nag-stick lang kami doon. Pero nung first half kasi medyo nawala kami na-excite kami sa big crowd. So, coming to the second half, nag-adjust kami na kailangan namin neutralize yung mga key players sila. Pero hindi naman namin lagi magagawa na may stop namin sila. Pero ginawa din namin yung best namin on our part.
For Mike.
Yeah, so for me, it's really a testament to our defensive coach, Coach Mon Jose. You know, a lot of times in practice, we really don't feel like doing those defensive drills, those piston drills and stuff we do, but he really makes sure he's really, you know, specific with what we want to do when preparing for the game. And Coach Topex reminded that at halftime, you know, how much work we put in, and it really shows. I mean, just like KQ said, some of the things that especially these rookies do on defense doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but they're willing to do it. They're willing to really take it upon themselves to make those defensive stops and give us that momentum. And so that's something, you know, I'm really proud of, you know, more than our offense is our defense, how we're able to respond to the physicality, to the challenges we had, and hopefully that's something we'll keep improving forward.
Thank you.
Coach, locking in that top seed heading to the Final Four, siguro gano'ng ka-important boost na lang yung para sa inyo na kayo yung nasa top ng standings heading to that Final Four na ayun nga, you have a target on your backs pa rin, syempre as the defending champions and ngayon nga as the top seed na team.
Well, we've talked about this prior to this game, and we're trying to really visualize and see the scenarios that's going to happen. We reminded ourselves that being number one doesn't make you champions. You know, it's just a testament of the things that you need to do, you know, in order to really get that momentum heading into the Final Four. So it's going to be a big challenge. Another thing is the other teams are really picking up. You know, there's still a mad scramble for that number 3 and 4 spot. So we don't have control of what's going to happen with those teams, but we have control of what we're going to do. We committed a lot of mistakes in this game, and we're always making sure that those winnings will not hide our mistakes and our flaws, because that's something that we really have to work on coming to the Final Four. So ang sa amin lang, always be grateful, and Mike always reminds us about being humble as well, you know, and try to make sure that we honor and respect every team that we play heading into the Final Four.
And to KQ and Mike, siguro paano nyo na lang i-compose yung mga teammates nyo na ayun nga, top seed kayo heading to the Final Four, pero baka maging complacent or anything. Siguro paano nyo na lang hindi sila hahayaan to fall into that complacency? For
me, I think it's just really the best thing to really make sure we're not complacent is just watching how these other teams are fighting. You know, they're fighting for their season. You know, they may not have had the best first round, but they're really locking into the second round. And you know, whoever makes it to those third, the fourth, the second seed, they're not just going to give up, you know, just because we're number one. They fought so hard to get to that spot, and so they're going to fight even harder, you know, to try to take us down, and you know, we really have to be ready. So I think it's just really just seeing the passion with which they fight, and just always remembering that in this game of basketball, anybody can beat anybody on any given day. No matter if everything's going right, you know, there's always ano yung bilog ang bola. So, yun lang po.
For me, as a veteran dito sa team na to, lagi ko na sinasabi sa mga teammates ko na yung opportunity na dumating sa atin na mag number 1 seed, hindi yan tsamba. Pinagtrabahuan namin yan simula after nung pag-champion namin, nag-back to work agad kami. Kumbaga yung months na preparation na akong kumbaga yung mga hard works nila, sobrang saya makita na nagpe-pay off lahat yun. And then, ayun, be grateful lang kami palagi. Ayun nga, job's not finished pa eh. Madami pang laro, and then, yung ultimate goal naman namin is to win championship.
Coach, you've talked about adversities all season long, ups and downs, but still, 9-game win streak. Have you gauged where the team is now compared to where you were last season? How close were you to that form heading into the Final Four?
Well, yesterday after our mass, I just told the team how grateful and fortunate I am to be under these guys, because these guys really are. You don't have to tell them to work hard or do the extra work. They do it themselves. You know, sabi ko nga, kung pwede ko lang pigilan yung oras just to be with them, because I mean, having these guys is really a blessing for me as a coach. And ang sa amin lang palagi is, ang challenge sa amin is, we want to honor the teams that represented DLSU throughout the years. We want to be a part of that conversation of one of the greatest teams that DLSU has ever produced. So that's a tough challenge for us, but that's the vision that we're setting forth. Winning a championship is just going to be the byproduct of what we're doing as a team. I love the way these guys are really sharing, their blessings and being reminded. Actually, yesterday, Mike and the rest of the players held a charity basketball clinic dun sa dorm namin with the kids dun sa paligid namin sa Taft. And again, I just keep on reminding myself that or thanking God for bringing me these guys, and they just make my life so easy, my work. And obviously, I get all the credit for being the coach here, but I don't really do a lot of stuff in this team. Coach Kaloy, Coach Mon, Coach Gian, Coach Oliver, Coach JB, they really do all the heavy lifting, and I'm just so grateful to have a team that really helps each other and supports each other. And I felt bad lang sometimes that I'm always here, Mike, KQ, but I mean, the players of this team really love and support each other, and that's one thing I'm proud of this team.
Coach, the number 1 seed is locked up na, no? So, medyo no bearing also your final game. With that in mind, is there a chance na you might rest some of your players or not play them their usual minutes?
We always strive for greatness, and we honor the basketball, we honor the game. It's been good to us, and short handling or short handling these guys is unfair to them. So we always respect and honor the game, and it's been good to us. So we're always gonna come out playing for our school, playing for the alumni that always watch our game, and it's unfair to them if we're not gonna play our best. It's always gonna be bringing out our best, for our alma mater.
Will there be an opportunity for players at the end of the bench who haven't played much this season to maybe get some extra minutes?
Well, it's always open. We're always open to those opportunities. But again, I mean, we just have to always come out and always play our best and always be at our best. And then that's what we should always do. Thank you.
Coach, we have two games left in the elimination round. So, ano yung build-up natin heading to the Final Four? Siyempre, aside from avoiding injuries and other stuff, so ano yung ginagawa mo para at least maging sharp ang mga bata heading to the Final Four?
Well, first, siyempre, yung magliligang labas si KQ eh. So, he'll be part of that Gilas team. So, we're only gonna have him till Wednesday, and then he'll be heading into the bubble with all of the Gilas players. So, sa amin naman, that's gonna be left behind. We have really something to work on. I mean, we're gonna have more time together. I guess one of the keys to our team is always being together and doing things together. And obviously, I mean, yung academics din, it's really keeping us busy. So, I mean, a lot of times and then being moments of spending together and creating memories together. I think that's always been important to us with the support of management. They always make sure that pag may time kami to bond, and just be with ourselves and just try to spend time together. That's really been the premium of what we've been doing.
Congratulations, Coach Topex, KQ, and